Mr. Joel Cettina, thank you very much for joining us today. How are you doing, my friend?
Of course, Adam. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking.
Well, again, I appreciate your time and your perspective and, sharing some words of wisdom and also, just your experience with anybody coming across this video. If you don't mind starting off with, what is your name and what do you do?
My name is Joel Cettina, and I'm a serial entrepreneur, and I'm currently the founder and CEO of a fantasy sports tech company right now called Flex Fantasy.
Yeah, man. That company is awesome, by the way. I really love what you're working on over there.
Thank you. Thank you. It's going to be an interesting ride.
Yeah, and I guess when we met, you were the CEO and founder of a different company that we later were able to get out of. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so at the time we met, I was the CEO and founder of a marketplace startup called Food Moves, which helped market vendors and mobile vendors operate their businesses a little bit more efficiently, and then turned around and provided an ecosystem for customers to, get delivery orders and all that fun stuff while not taking anything away from the vendors like you see today.
Yeah, man, that was a lot of fun building that guy up and getting out of it. I think we learned a lot about business and we learned a lot about each other during that process, right?
Yeah, of course.
And I guess, before you even met me, right? I mean, just specifically, I guess, in context of what was going on at Food Moves, what was the sales process like? If you can even remember, this was a little bit ago, but what were you guys doing before I got involved?
Spraying and praying. There was no sales process. We would essentially go out to these vendors and just try to find them, which was a task in and of itself, and then with that try to bring them on for free and then try to upsell them into services. And we learned very fast that if you're not paying for it, you don't care about it. That was something that we had talked about when you came on as well. So yeah, there was no process. It was more of like, go out and try to talk to people and see what you can do. Everybody loved what we were doing. Everybody thought it was interesting and saw it. But when it came time for the operators to operate, we had a lot of struggle in getting that across the finish line.
Yeah. And I guess, how did things change or what was going on when I got involved? Like, did something happen with a pretty big client?
Yeah, so we were talking to Mr. Softee. They had about 800 units. And I had been speaking with them for a pretty long time at this point, just trying to get them wrangled in, thinking the software was perfect for them, which it was. When you had come on, I had said I had a couple of meetings with these guys scheduled, come in and help me close this thing out. And I think, what was it, 2 meetings? And we had an annual agreement at that point.
Yep. And then they later kind of took over the tech, right? Which is amazing. But yeah, I think it was about a 2-week sales cycle and that was a 6-figure deal. I think we hopped on a phone call. We lit up one of the founders over there, and then we went down to South Jersey, met with them, and got a deal done after that meeting, probably about a week.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. And I mean, you're absolutely right. It was a fantastic kind of fit. Those two, our product with what they did and their volume, it just worked really well.
It was an exciting time for the business. The first big client that we were working on, and it really kind of jump started the entire, like, how do we B2B this marketplace work without having to go individually one by one to all of these vendors. So that was a really good kind of kickstart to the business.
And then just having that big client kind of got us into other ones, right? Like we were talking to and expanded the business and got it to where it was. But I mean, what would you say to anybody watching this that's like, considering potentially working with Act First? Anything that would help them make that decision one way or another that you would be willing to share?
I mean, listen, if you want someone who's going to get their hands dirty, who's going to try to do whatever it takes to get the job done, Act First is a great place to be. I remember, I didn't have a car, you did, and there were a bunch of Softee meetings that we needed to get to and things we needed to do. And you were the first person to be like, I'll pick you up in 10 minutes. I remember there was one time where I was coming back from a pitch in California and you picked me up off of the red eye. And then we went right to a Softee conference. And you were there at the airport. I mean, that kind of reliability and that kind of hands-on, like do whatever it takes to get the job done is exactly why people should want to work with you.
Oh, bro, I really appreciate that. But I mean, it was a six-figure annual deal, right? How many clients actually do that? So we were going to do whatever
Yep.
we could to make sure that that relationship was going to continue to evolve. But oh man, listen, I really appreciate you, Joel. Thank you for the kind words, and I hope you have a great day, bro.
Yeah, thank you so much. Do yourself a favor, companies that are listening to this, you should definitely try to work with Adam and his team. And I think you'll definitely see a hardworking, get stuff done kind of model that he brings to the table. So good luck. Thank you for everything, Adam. And I hope you have a great day as well.
Appreciate you. Talk soon, my friend.
I'll
Bye.
be, buddy.